Imagine this. In a bustling coffee shop in downtown New York, amid the chaos of a Saturday morning, there's a man seated alone at a corner table. Around him, the world spins in a frenzy, couples snapping selfies for Instagram likes, friends gossiping over brunch while checking notifications, solo patrons swiping endlessly on Tinder, chasing fleeting connections. But this man, he's immersed in a book on ancient philosophy, perhaps Meditations by Marcus Aurelius, with a simple black coffee in hand. No phone in sight, no earbuds blasting distractions. He's not scrolling, not seeking, not performing. He's simply being. And in that moment of quiet self-sufficiency, he becomes the most formidable figure in the room. Why? Because in a society wired for constant validation, the man who needs nothing from anyone, who thrives in his own company, poses an existential threat. He disrupts the unspoken rules we've all been conditioned to follow. Today, we're diving deeper than ever into this profound truth. Drawing from the timeless wisdom of Friedrich Nietzsche and Marcus Aurelius, we'll explore why solitude isn't a curse, but a superpower, how it forges unbreakable strength, and why society labels it as antisocial to keep you in line. By the end, you'll see solitude not as loneliness, but as the ultimate path to freedom. Stick around. This could redefine your life. The grand illusion. Society's war on self-sufficiency. Let's cut through the noise. Our modern world isn't built for the independent soul. It's engineered to exploit your insecurities. Think about it. Every ad campaign screams, "You're not enough alone." Social media algorithms thrive on your FOMO, pushing endless feeds of perfect lives. Dating apps promise soulmates to fill your voids. Even self-help industries peddle community as the cure-all. The message: you're incomplete without others. Build networks, find tribes, chase belonging, or else you're broken. But what if this narrative is a carefully crafted lie? What if the man in that coffee shop, content with his thoughts, embodies something so revolutionary that society must demonize it? We've collectively branded self-reliant individuals as loners, weirdos, or hermits because they expose the fragility of our social fabric. History shows this isn't new. In ancient Rome, Marcus Aurelius, emperor of the world's greatest empire, warned in his Meditations, "All cruelty springs from weakness." He ruled millions, yet chose evenings alone, journaling his innermost reflections, untouched by the flattery of courtiers. Centurilateur. Nietzsche echoed this in his bold proclamations. The individual has always had to struggle to keep from being overwhelmed by the tribe. If you try it, you will be lonely often, and sometimes frightened. But no price is too high to pay for the privilege of owning yourself. Society doesn't fear the needy or the desperate, it fears the unbreakable, the one who can't be swayed by peer pressure or promises of inclusion. Why? Because true thinkers, born from solitude, question everything. And question dismonte l'empire. Inside the mind of the dangerous solitary soul. Peel back the layers. What's really brewing in the psyche of someone who chooses solitude over superficial chatter? First, they've shattered the chains of approval addiction. Studies show a strong association between heavy social media use and mental health issues like depression, with many adults checking platforms multiple times a day in search of validation through likes and comments. But the self-sufficient individual, they've cultivated internal validation, a deep-seated self-respect that no algorithm can touch. They post not for applause, but if at all, for genuine expression. Second, they've mastered the art of embracing discomfort. A landmark study published in Science magazine shows most people can't sit alone with their thoughts for even 15 minutes without distraction. Many would rather self-administer electric shocks. Silence unmasks our shadows, regrets, fears, unfulfilled dreams. Yet, the dangerous loner dives in. They've befriended their inner demons through late-night introspection, emerging resilient. As Aurelius noted, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Third, and most critically, they evade manipulation. Without the need for external approval, threats of rejection lose their sting. Popularity can't bribe them. Social ostracism doesn't faze them. In politics, advertising, or relationships, they're immune to the levers that control the masses. This autonomy terrifies systems reliant on conformity. Think how corporations profit from your insecurities, or how echo chambers on social platforms keep you divided and distracted. The Aurelian Forge, tempering strength in solitude. Marcus Aurelius didn't just philosophize, he lived it. As a Stoic emperor facing wars, plagues, and betrayals, he developed a nightly ritual, the evening review that we'd call radical today. Alone in his tent, he'd journal. What desires tempted me that I didn't truly need? What fears gripped me beyond my control? Where did I compromise my principles for approval? This wasn't mere diary keeping, it was mental forging, building resilience like a blacksmith tempers steel. Apply this to your life. In our hyper-connected era, where notifications hijack focus, Aurelius's method teaches us to reclaim our minds. By examining motivations in solitude, we strip away illusion. Others' manipulations become obvious: the colleague's flattery for favors, the influencer's pitch for products. You grow bored of shallow games, free to pursue authentic purpose. As Aurelius wrote, waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one. Solitude isn't escape. It's the arena where you become unbreakable. Nietzsche's rebellion, forging values in the void. Nietzsche pushed further, declaring war on inherited dogmas. God is dead. He proclaimed not to nihilism, but to awaken us. Without divine or societal scripts, we must create our own meaning. Most drift through life on autopilot, adopting beliefs from parents, peers, or culture. Without question, why vote this way? Because everyone does. Why chase wealth? Society says it's success. But in solitude, the questions erupt. Who profits from my compliance? What if I rebuilt my values from scratch? Nietzsche warned, this path leads to the Übermensch, the overman who transcends the herd. Dangerous. Absolutely. Self-creators aren't predictable consumers or voters. They innovate, challenge norms, build empires of the mind. In today's world, think of visionaries like Elon Musk or historical figures like Thoreau, who retreated to Walden Pond to pen truths that shook society. The modern plague, distinguishing loneliness from solitude. We're in an epidemic, not of isolation, but confusion. The CDC reports loneliness affects about 1 in 3 adults in the U.S., linked to health risks, rivaling smoking. But loneliness is emptiness, a void begging to be filled by others. Solitude, its wholeness, a deliberate choice for inner richness. Society blurs them to keep you consuming. Lonely, buoy gadgets, join apps, shop therapy. But the solitary soul, they meditate, create, reflect, unprofitable to the machine. 5 pillars of empowering solitude expanded for depth, drawing from Aurelius and Nietzsche, plus modern Stoicism. Here are 5 pillars. I've added one for completeness. Cultivate this power. Unflinching self-honesty. Confront your truths without sugarcoating. Journal daily. What fears drive my actions? This radar detects deception in others, making you manipulation-proof. Value autonomy. Craft your ethics through reason. Question traditions. G. Is endless hustle truly fulfilling? This internal compass defies societal shame. Emotional sovereignty. Regulate feelings independently. Practice Stoic exercises like negative visualization. Imagine losing everything then. Appreciate what you have. No more emotional blackmail from relationships. Intellectual boldness. Dare to explore forbidden ideas. Read contrarian views. Debate internally. This births innovation, as seen in scientists like Galileo, who faced exile for truth. Creative inner world building. Beyond survival. Nurture joy in solitude. Paint. Hike. Philosophize alone. This turns isolation into inspiration, echoing Nietzsche's eternal recurrence live, as if reliving forever. The hidden costs. Why freedom isn't free. Embracing this isn't a fairy tale. Misunderstandings abound. Friends label you distant. Family pushes normalcy. Isolation creeps not. Loneliness. But the gulf between your awakened mind and others' slumber, relationship shift, needy bond dissolve, revealing true connections. Society tugs back with subtle digs. Why? So serious? Or ads promising happiness in crowds. Yet, conformity's toll is steeper. A life unlived, soul sold for acceptance. As Nietzsche said, the man who has a why to live can bear almost any how. Why the system trembles. The broader threat. Economically, Content soothes by less minimalism over materialism. Socially, hierarchies crumble without status chasers. Politically, independent thinkers resist propaganda. Recall how Stoics like Seneca advised emperors yet stayed true. Psychologically, your peace mirrors others' unrest, forcing uncomfortable self-reflection. Becoming the modern Stoic. A practical guide. Start small. 15 minutes daily in pure solitudino. Devices. Evening review. Aurelius-style journaling. Question. Beliefs. Nietzsche's lens on one assumption weekly. Enjoy solo pursuits. Walks in nature. Stoic readings like Epictetus. Cease validation hunts. Delete apps if needed. Measure worth internally. The Solitude Paradox. Attraction through independence. Ironically, self-sufficiency magnetizes. Neediness repels. Wholeness draws. Relationships thrive on choice, not desperation. Deeper friendships. Passionate partnerships. Work flourishes without approval seeking. Focus on mastery yields success. A Stoic call to arms. Embrace your danger. Channel LABE. Stoic challenges you. Become dangerously free. Think independently. Value authentically. Stand unshakable. The world craves such souls unbuyable, unmanipulable, unafraid. If this resonates, share. With a friend trapped in the herd. Comment below. What's one unexamined belief you're ready to challenge? How will you claim 15 minutes of solitude today? Hit subscribe for more Stoic insights. Stay empowered. Stay dangerous.